Fourth topic, and probably the most important, and it took me a while to really get my hands around it, but it's the economy. What's our national debt right now? Ask after midnight. We'll go up. $12.3 or $4 trillion as of today. It will be more than $14 trillion before the year's out. That is obscene. We're borrowing money we don't have, stealing from our children's future. It's incredible. The budget deficit for this year that Obama gave to the American people with a straight face is supposed to be at least $1.6 trillion. And again, I say he said it with a straight face. Do you know what his answer is to the budget deficit? He's created a commission. Last I heard is composed of 18 people, 6 Democrats, 6 Republicans, that sounds fair, and then 6 people that he appoints. That's your commission. And guess when the commission is going to report on how to fix the deficit?
2013, next year.
Close. After the elections in 2010. President Obama's budget was scored by the Congressional Budget Office, and I believe extrapolated out. And if you extrapolate it out, where we will be in 10 years is $25 trillion in debt. Unsustainable. Right now, the average taxpayer in the United States owns, we all own, congratulations, by the way, $125,000 a piece of the taxpayer's deficit. I didn't sign up for this. Kathy, you probably didn't sign up for this. Mark, you didn't sign up for this. You're saddled with this debt. Now, we continue to run out of money, and I'm just waiting for the phone call, and it's probably going to come to my house tonight because I'm here right now. So tonight, I think after the health care vote, Obama's going to call my house, and I expect it'll be about 9 o'clock before the kids go to bed. He's not going to want to talk to me because he knows I'm running it as a Republican. He's not going to want to talk to my wife. He's going to want to talk to my 8-year-old twins. So imagine this phone call. This is the president. This is President Obama. Can I talk to your 8-year-old twins, Nicholas and Kylie? They're going to get on the phone, and I'm sure I won't tell you what they'll actually say to them because they're Republicans now. Obama's going to ask them, hey, can I borrow another $25,000 for another footbridge in Wisconsin? That's where we're going. We're stealing money from our children. Congratulations, by the way. It's a little over the 1-year anniversary of our $787 billion stimulus package. What did you guys get for it? Not much. The $787 billion stimulus package did very little to create sustainable jobs. It's filled with more than 9,000 pork barrel projects, which I'm sure all of you have some examples, and I'll give you my favorites. $3.4 million in Florida for a wildlife bridge. Who likes wine, by the way? Anybody like wine? For all you wine lovers, $54 million to move the Napa Valley wine train. $50,000 for a tennis court in Minnesota, which I didn't know you could actually play Minnesota or play tennis in the wintertime. $30 million to renovate a train station that hasn't been used in more than 30 years. This kind of insanity has to stop. Our campaign team has been passing around red armbands, which are on our back table, and they say, stop the bleeding. Kind of a catchy little phrase. It's a play off of medicine. But the idea there is fiscal responsibility. Is that so hard? I don't know why we just can't balance the budget on a yearly basis or come close with fiscal responsibility. If you can get the Democrats and Republicans to agree at that fundamental principle, then we've won. Then it's okay to argue within that budget, okay, how much for national defense, how much for health care, how much for this project, and how much for that project. So the fourth thing really is balanced budget and fiscal responsibility. If you summarize those 4 things, and let's just do that quickly. Number 1, health care. You can eliminate the parasitic cost of health care. Take a look at the health care paper we wrote. You don't need to add taxes. You don't need to take money from Medicare. And you sure don't need a 4,000-page bureaucracy in Washington. Second, border security for the southern border, and maybe for Canada at some point in the future, but for the southern border, a physical wall is step number 1 before the cartels have overridden the Southwest. Third thing, unemployment. Drop the corporate tax rate to drive the jobs back here so we can get everybody back to work. Fourth thing, the economy, fiscal responsibility. Stop the bleeding. I'm up against 6 other people who are very good. I like them. They're nice people. The message that I've given you tonight is very different. I always talk about those 4 objective critical points with 4 particular solutions. The other differences between myself and them, in my district, I'm the only physician running. In fact, there's only 2 in all of Arizona. We've got a major healthcare problem that's not going away. It's only going to get worse. We need to put some experts into Washington. Second, military. I'm the only physician, the only ex-military running in our district, Republican or Democrat. We've got problems also with 2 wars going on, roughly 700 bases throughout the world. We need people in Washington with more military background. Tonight, again, the health care vote is taking place. One way or the other, we still have to work on cost. One way or the other, you need to stay on top of health care with your friends and neighbors. Lastly, 2010. 2010 is a landmark year. Many of you in this room would not be at any political event if it wasn't for the fact that we're facing some major challenges in the United States. 2010 is a good and bad thing. It's a bad thing for what's going on in Washington right now, but it's a good thing because it's driven people like myself and others into politics and being understanding about politics. Now, I'll end with a person I met at a tea party a month ago. His name is Mike. He's about 75. He's from the Navy, and he walks to all the tea party meetings or goes to all the tea party meetings with his Navy jacket on. And one day he saw me and he came up to me and he said, "You know what? I really like Obama." I go, "That's interesting. You're at a tea party meeting. I've seen you at 5 tea party meetings. Well, why are you saying that?" He goes, "Well, kind of good news, bad news. I don't like where we're going as a country. We're going down as a spiral. I know we can fix this problem right now. But the reason I like Obama is because it's allowed all my friends who've never been involved in politics before to start coming to these meetings with me. That's why I think we've got a great opportunity to take back Congress. We need to get 30 or 40 smart citizen legislatures into Washington to take back Washington one step at a time." Thank you.